Hello there. Guess what time it is? Yep, in the studio time. Today I have a short little discussion video. I want to talk about the three dimensions of a mix. So we have our y-axis vertically, which is our frequency spectrum from the low frequencies up to the very top end. We have our x-axis horizontally, which is the stereo field. This gives us two means by which we can place elements in their own space. In the frequency spectrum, we have our kick and bass, maybe some tom drums, maybe the synths, and then the hi-hats as a basic example. And then we have the stereo field as well. We can keep things, some things central like the kick and the bass, and then things like the pads and keys and various percussion instruments we can pan out, spread them out wide. Um, as far as giving things stereo width, I did a video not too long ago all about tips, tricks, and techniques for giving things width. So I'll put that up there if you want to check out that video. But those two dimensions, everyone knows about those. Those are very self-explanatory. The dimension I really wanted to focus on was the third dimension, which I think is underused by some producers, and that's pushing things forward and back in a mix, which will really give your track an extra sense of space and depth. So if you want something up front, what you need to do is, well, generally there's some things that you should consider. Um, it's probably going to be a little bit louder if you want it up front. It's going to have a pronounced or very prominent transient. It's going to have a decent amount of high-end content as well. So if you want to push something further back in the mix, then turn it down. Maybe you can roll off some top end and you can soften the transient. Um, Also, the more spatial ambient treatment you give a sound, with reverb and delay, etc., then it's also going to appear further back in the mix. So if you want something up front, probably a more dry sound is going to do the job. So that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to kind of just briefly go over the dimensions of a mix and give you something to maybe think about when you're trying to separate things. I mean, that third dimension is another way that we as producers can add separation between sounds by not only giving it a different space in the stereo field and the frequency spectrum, but also to push it forward or back in the mix. So that's it. Hopefully you got something out of that. Leave me a comment or question, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.